It's like if you a bitch nigga, if you a bitch, there's a difference between bitch nigga and a bitch ass and a titty ass nigga.
Okay.
If you a bitch ass nigga, you know what you about, and when you just need somebody to listen, right? You just need somebody to listen.
I just need an ear, son.
You just need an ear. You just want to be like,
and a shoulder to cry.
I want to be heard, right? That type of shit. But a titty ass nigga is like, I want to be heard, and I want to be catered to, and I want you to shut the fuck up, and I don't want you to say anything back to me.
They don't want to be challenged.
They don't want to be challenged.
They don't want the truth.
They don't want the truth, and the truth is not a challenge. That's the thing. The truth is not a challenge, and that's what I won't even say all niggas. Men, come on, Nelly. Wait.
I don't know.
Yeah, Lil Jon. Yeah, that's the thing.
And welcome to Tyler Is Groce with me, Tyler Groce Podcast, talking about life and growth and what's going on. What are you struggling with? Past, present, future, all of life condensed into a podcast, all with the sole purpose of me learning about you so I can beat you at whatever you have going on. Not you, the audience, but you, the guest. There's been a hiatus. There's been quite a long one. Longer than I expected. It's been a time. Clearly, I've changed. I have red tinted glasses now. I still have my regular glasses, but I did get these for my birthday, so I did want to. Why not? Let's have fun. No, it's been a time. It's been a few months. I took off to get settled in New York, which I'm still not. I'm like, my shit is in my room, but you know, it's a big old place. It's a big old city. There's a lot of shit going on. A lot of stuff you got to do, inner, outer, and I'm sure I'll talk about it more. It'll all come out in the episodes that are to come. But it's been quite a challenge. And I'm surviving. I'm out here doing it, and you know, if you're watching this, I'm glad you're tuning in again, and yeah, I'm glad to get back to the podcast. Before I went on the official hiatus, I had 2 episodes in the can that I recorded but not done all the stuff for. So I'm doing that now. We're gonna put those out, and then I'm going to record some episodes, and we're going to have some conversations that are a little more up to date with my life. So you'll be able to hear more about that in the coming weeks. I don't know what the schedule is going to be. Once a week, every other week. I don't know, but I'm still being, and I'm going to continue to be here trying to put shit out. Exciting stuff is happening. My Comedy Central set came out. If you type in Tyler Groce Comedy Central, you'll see my 10-minute set on Comedy Central. It's real fun. I did that, and that's pretty much the only thing that's happened. That came out in January, so it's up. Go check it out. And check out, more importantly, my friend Leah Sampson. That's who we're talking to today. Leah Sampson, she's a fantastic comic. She's an actress. She does all sorts of shit. She's a multi-hyphen. I don't know what those hyphens are, but she is that. It was really good to sit down with her. This was my first one recorded in New York, in my apartment. So you'll notice the different decor. All of my roommates' decor, none of it's mine, and it was good. I remember it being a good. I mean, it was a long time ago, but I remember it being a good conversation. It was fun. It was funny. She's bombastic and great, and it's gonna be a good conversation. You could check her out. I wrote them down this time. You can check her out. Official Leah Sampson on Instagram. Great content. You can see her Leah-Sampson-1 on Twitter or Venmo. So either or. Try it out. And it was just a great conversation. It's good to start doing these podcasts again. I like doing them. It's a lot of work, but I like it. So it's worth it to me. And I'm starting to get more in the mental space of like, okay, change, transition behind me. Let's get back to work. So that's what we're here to do. And I'm excited to talk about what I've been going through on the podcast in the episodes with people. Probably not any solo eps, because why? But yeah. It's good to be back. I'm glad you're here. And yeah, enjoy Leah Sampson. How are you?
Oh, is it starting now?
Sure. That's my starting voice. Okay. How are you?
I'm fucking fantabulous.
That's good.
Can I say fantabulous on her?
That's fine. Okay. So you can say whatever you need to. How do you like my apartment?
It is so much better than I was expecting.
What were you expecting?
Chaos and because it's New York and you're a male, you're a man.
So, I'm living with 2 gays.
I was like, that's it. I was like, there's a woman here, or there's a couple of gays.
I have nothing to do with the living room.
Okay.
But my room looks fine. You haven't looked, but it looks fine. It looks like a room.
I'll wait on that.
It probably looks.
I don't want to judge you this early on.
It probably looks like a boy room, but it's fine.
What does that mean? What's a boy room?
Worse than a girl room?
Facts. Actually.
How you gonna turn it on me? What you mean by a boy room? I'm saying boys can't decorate? Yeah, a little bit.
What is a boy? No.
Real
okay. No, there's some women that have rooms way worse.
Yeah, sure.
You know,
call them dirty bitches. That's
dirty.
What I call them.
Is that what?
I call them dirty hoes.
No,
or dirty bitch. Whichever you prefer. It depends on if I'm in the north or the south.
North or south.
North prefer bitches. South prefer hoes.
Hoes.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. What Midwest sluts?
Hey, if you please.
If you please.
If you please.
I think there needs to be a derogatory term for each bitch in each hemisphere, and but niggas is a conglomerate of all men in every hemisphere. Because exactly, so if you a dirty dude, you just a dirty ass nigga. Like you a dirty ass nigga in New York, you a dirty ass nigga in Texas, you a dirty ass nigga in Atlantis.
It's because we not special.
No.
But hoes and bitch women are they're such a cornucopia.
Yes.
And they're so important and special and loved and cherished.
Loved. Calm down. Okay. But we are cherished. But you're doing a lot. But
because of that, we need to differentiate the different kinds of bitches and hoes.
Bitches and hoes and sluts and thoughts. Here's my thing to keep.
I'm being respectful. I'm trying to make that
clear. I feel like the Queen of England right now, just fucking dead, and confused. Here's the thing. I will say this.
Yes.
Because, we're in the era of like, don't slut shame and and don't kink shame, which I think like the Jeffrey Dahmer series, it's kind of kink shaming, but let's stick
him killing people.
Well,
if that's your thing, then if she consents, if she wants her skin removed, I don't know what he did to women. What did he do to women?
I'll say this. If I have enough to drink, I was watching and I was like, I'm not always judging 90%, 10% of the time, but the other 90%, when I am judging, I do try to put myself in those people's shoes. And I was watching it and I was like, if I was drunk enough and a nigga was like, look, I fuck with you heavy. I just know your skin is delicious.
You would let him.
I would like. I got this scab.
Oh my god!
On the back of my knee.
Oh my! How'd you get a scab on the back of your knee?
Because what are
you doing on the back of your knee?
Running away from me.
Running away. That still doesn't explain how you get. I don't run from me. Fight them, dog. Are they shooting bows and arrows?
I don't know. I have eczema. So I have scabs in wild places.
Go on.
Okay. Oh yeah. Whoever will give me a healthcare sponsor, I will continue to talk about it because it is gnarly. But if a dude was like, yeah, I think you got some tender ass skin, some good ass blood, turn up, I'll be like,
oh my god, stop
it. Okay.
Oh,
he's like, look,
I'm A positive.
Okay. I'm really my blood type is O.
You O?
But that's me. But but the point is, it's like I was thinking about it one day. I was like, you know what? There is a difference between sluts, whores, and hoes. And let's be.
And it's about time somebody broke this down.
Right? Thank you.
It's about time somebody broke this down. And if you could please tell the people.
And it's about time I get
hoes,
some fucking recognition.
What'd you say? Hoes, sluts, and bitches? What'd you say?
No, well.
You said bitches ain't one of them. You talking slut shit.
That's you. You just said that.
No, I'm sorry.
You're projecting, Tyler.
I got bitch on the brain.
You're projecting.
I got bitch on the brain. So wait, you said slut.
I got bitch on the brain.
He said slut, hoe, and what?
Slut, hoe, and whore. Oh, okay. I'm about to break this shit down.
Well, can I guess?
Oh, please. First, go ahead, please.
Okay, I'd say guess. A whore is a woman who is paid to have sex, or at least does sexual things for monetary gain. That's what I would say a whore is. And then slut and what?
Hoe.
Slut and a hoe.
Wait, whore, slut, hoe.
I say a slut is just someone who likes to have sex a lot and they're easy to have sex with because they enjoy sex. And I would say a hoe is
is somebody who does that, but they just dirty about it, you know? Like they just, why are you doing? I get it. Why are you doing all that though? That's what I would say. I would say a hoe is a dirty slut. A whore is a professional hoe. And a slut is a classy bitch.
And what's hilarious, I understood all of that, yet I failed every algebra class in college and in high school.
If X equals hoe plus slut.
Squared, you a slut.
Yeah.
Well, my
did you agree with my?
There was definitely some things you said that I definitely have bookmarked and will keep. Yeah, I don't think you're too far from my theory of all those things. For me, so let's start with the hoe.
Which one are you?
Oh, confused. I'm just confused. Some days
I'm still trying to figure it out.
I'm still trying to figure it out.
Blue marble called the world.
All right, absolutely, with a little splash of green and colors. Here's the thing. I'm definitely I'm definitely a slut.
Okay.
I'm a slut in the sense
or a classy hoe for the people taking notes.
Yeah, classy hoe, because when you can be a hoe, you down for the get down, but you wash your ass when you classy. Yeah. Hoes just kind of like jump from dick to dick, bed to bed, house to house, dumpster to dumpster. They just here's the thing. My definition of a slut is like I like freaky shit.
Mm-hmm.
I like.
What do you mean?
I see, as I said it, saliva just started to, accumulate. I like freaky shit in the sense of like, I was raised very, we all got a backstory. I was raised very. If you freaky, you got a backstory.
This is the hoe's backstory,
right? And if you don't,
this is a slut's origin story.
That's whatever. But if you are freaky, you have an origin story. If you don't, you are a criminal. And prime example, every serial killer, including Jeffrey Dahmer, was like, no, my childhood was dope. Yeah, my parents fought. Yeah, my dad hit my mom. I don't give a fuck. She was a bitch. Anyways, I just like to eat niggas and suck dick and eat dick. It was no backstory. You have to have a backstory for your freaky shit.
What's your backstory?
My backstory is I wasn't touched enough, and
like hugs.
Yeah. No, I want to stay a hoe.
Oh, my bad. I was gonna hug you.
Don't save me.
I was gonna hug.
Don't save me.
Bill Burr. He was like, hug the stripper boots off. You got that's what he said.
No, the leather's tight.
And Chris Rock had the keep him off the pole.
No,
I was gonna hug it. I was gonna hug it out of you.
I don't need a hug. I need money. But I'm a slut in the sense of like, I was raised very like my mom. See, here's the thing: when your parents are very strict on like sex and like don't fucking like don't suck that dick, and it's like I'm 3, I don't even know what a dick is.
Right?
It's because they were a hoe, or a slut, or whore. They did,
and probably because they were ashamed for it.
Exactly, and so they putting that shame on you.
Intergenerational trauma.
And you better speak. Let me pretend I'm not drinking. Let me stop pretending I'm not drinking.
Yeah, I got a Jameson Irish whiskey, a small little bottle that you got me. Thank you, boo.
Yeah, because I was gonna get you a big one, but I was like, I don't know.
It's all good.
Maybe he got a job interview. I don't know.
I don't know. It's all good. What are you drinking?
1800 Reposado.
Why? That looks nicer than mine.
Because I deserve nice things.
But
my mom was she was so weird about sex.
Yeah.
And always, I remember one time I was hanging out with this. So I was a tomboy. Still kind of am. I was a tomboy before I had titties.
You are the most fabulous woman I've ever met. What are you talking about? You a tomboy?
I am. But
you are constantly with the hair and the titties and the dress.
Yeah, because
and the tummy and the booty.
Well,
and
I can't control
the glitter.
That's the only thing I can't control. But because it's like dress up to me. It's like I feel more comfortable when I'm like kind of boyish, but like to put hair and makeup and walk out the house with my ass and walk out the house with my titties and to walk out the house with my vagina.
Don't leave them at home,
right? Because what if it burns down and then I'm just fucked and I don't have insurance like that.
And then you some slut without a pussy. What kind of?
Now I'm just Goodwill.
Goodwill? What do you mean Goodwill?
I'm just Goodwill. I'm just like used goods. I'm not at my full potential, but it'll do.
Exactly.
It'll do for some white hipster kid in Bushwick.
It's like, my girl, she ain't got no pussy. It was lost in a fire.
She's called #humble. Okay. Yeah.
I just used the back of her knee, and that's how you got the scab. And that's how you got the scab. That's gross.
I don't really like
That's
how
nasty.
you understand me as well as you do, but you know we've been friends for such a long time, so I shouldn't be surprised at this point. It has been years. But my mom, she was very like discriminatory and
So
very.
she didn't hug you enough.
No,
And then she also told you don't fuck nobody.
right, and she also like was like don't suck dick because semen tastes like old orange juice, and I'm just like why are you drinking old orange juice? That's just very weird on your part.
Yeah.
So the point is, since then, I was very afraid of sex. Also, let's get real on the podcast.
Uh-oh.
I had an aunt die from AIDS.
Whoa.
R.I.P. And Keisha. But she died from AIDS in my house in front of me. And
What?
Oh yeah, she died.
What do you mean in front of you? She was dying from AIDS, and she was like, "I'm like I gotta go," and then she passed away.
Yeah.
Okay.
I went into the room. She was in. My mom brought her into our
You make
house.
it sound more dramatic, like the AIDS got me. Like,
Yeah,
it's
she-
like, no,
she
it's a slow process, you know.
And then she died. No, yeah, she was in the streets. She also had Down syndrome, and so she had. So she ended up getting AIDS.
This is an origin story.
It is. I'm so fucking fascinating. That's why it's
really
taking so
are.
long for us to do this podcast, because I was like, I'm going to be the best person he interviews.
Oh my god.
So shout out to everyone else before me, but kind of like the Voyagers. But anyways, the point is, so between that,
Were you close? Were you close with your aunt?
not really, but like when I would see her, when she stole an umbrella from me, and that kind of like meant a lot, because I was like, damn,
So,
she got something that I had something she wanted.
So she was out there in the streets. I'm assuming having sex,
Allegedly.
and she had Down syndrome, and she was in these streets.
She was in the street.
Was she like? Was she doing it for money?
I don't know. I didn't get that information.
Was she? Well, because they have sex drives too, but like who's going?
I think
Who's gonna do that?
Tyler, I think what happens in the streets needs to stay in the streets.
I understand.
Kind of
Who's
like
gonna do that though?
like,
I couldn't. I'd have to be like, listen, ma'am, I understand that you're very eager, but I couldn't in good conscience.
it's really admirable that you're not an evil person, Tyler. I love that men are always being recognized for not being horrible. I think that's a good thing for you.
Listen,
guys.
I'll call women bitches. I'll call women sluts. I'll even call them a hoe. But if they got Down syndrome, that's one place I won't go. Ladies and gentlemen, my name is Tyler Groce. Ladies and gentlemen, my name is Tyler Groce. And I'm here to say to everybody across this great nation that when it comes to mental disabilities, that is one person that needs love, that needs a hug. That's who needs help. Thank you very much.
So she died.
I'm gonna add clap.
And,
I'm gonna add applause there. I'm gonna go in the post and add applause. It's gonna be a real big moment.
and I'm gonna troll the fuck out of it.
Yeah.
I'm like, that didn't really happen like that. He called me a bitch prior. I was really upset while he had his monologue. No, but my mom was just so weird about sex and shit. So I was very, and having family members die from it, all that, just all that kind of shit.
Yeah.
I was traumatized by sex before even having it.
Okay.
And so I just was very against sex. I didn't want to have it. I was ashamed to I didn't even masturbate. I was ashamed to masturbate. I was like,
Yucky.
anything with sex, I cannot do. And I was like that for a very long, until probably about like 17.
13?
Fucking slut. You whore.
I was that way. Shit, I was that way my whole
fucking
life
whore.
until I was like fucking 12. Like 12,
You
13.
can always tell when a man has been fucking, when he started fucking early, because like when
I
y'all
start fucking.
with that last year with all this, but but your energy,
Yeah.
is that the word this year?
Sure,
the kids
yeah.
say the energy
Vibes.
I say about 16.
I was 18. And then not again until I was like 22
Pussy.
or something.
You were still crying for 4 years.
Pretty much. I mean, I went to like a racist college. What are you gonna do, man?
Fuck.
Not these.
I have fucked racist men.
That's different.
How is it you fuck racist women? How is it different?
I don't know if I probably fucked a racist.
You definitely have fucked a racist woman.
I've probably fucked a racist
100%,
woman
Tyler.
too.
You have fucked a racist
I remember
woman.
her, man.
I have fucked racist men before. I have fucked racist men where I knew they were racist prior to the fuck, and then I found out mid fuck, and then
Cool. They dropped the N word. How else would you know? Or they like, ooh, that.
Yeah, they took my wig off, and I was like, "That's a hate crime. It's done. It's over. You don't fuck."
Black. What do they say?
They took my wig off mid fuck, and I was like, "You know, this scalp was not attached. You did this on purpose to feel something, and now you've ruined."
Maybe they didn't know. Maybe there was like.
No, they knew because I said that. I talk about it all the time.
You do talk about it all the time.
I do talk about that.
Okay, so
but my point is, I'm a slut. I'm a slut now because
of this trauma surrounding sex with AIDS, with shaming. You didn't masturbate. Then at what did you say? 18, 16? 20? When did you start having sex?
I didn't have sex until I lost my virginity at like 20.
20. Okay.
I'm 28 now. I turned 28 last week. But my point is, it's like
I've heard you really made up for lost time.
I absolutely have, absolutely. I get alerts from my gynecologist every day, like, "Can you please not keep seeing me? It's too much in 1 year." But no,
I had to clear all my other patients.
Yeah, right. Basically, because I'm just spending so much time. No, every time I go to a gynecologist, I'm just crying. We're just talking. She's like, "You know, you can do therapy." I was like, "Yeah, but this is free." Well, woman, it's free. But my definition of a slut is just a woman that is very intuitive with her body, her sexual wants and needs, and if the opportunity presents itself and she wants the opportunity, because a lot of a slut isn't somebody that just fucks whatever's out there. No, I have to want to fuck you,
sure,
and it has to be mutual between both of us. And
that's a good distinction.
Yes, and when I fuck you, we about to go all out. Get the can opener. Let's fucking do it. Like, let's go. That's a slut. A whore.
Okay. Yes, a whore.
A whore, because that's the thing. A woman that likes sex, wants to fuck, and is very intuitive with her sexuality. That is not a problem. That's me. I think that's me.
Sure.
A whore is a woman that when it comes to fucking, there's no morals. Prime example: a woman that will
name names,
men and women both. Actually, that's the thing too. Whores, sluts, and hoes.
Sure.
Genderless.
Sure.
Whores, hoes, and sluts are fucking genderless. There's no gender with that shit. A whore is somebody that, like, prime example, would fuck somebody who is in a relationship and knows they're in a relationship. Mm-hmm. And let's say maybe their relationship's not going well, or it is going well. They don't care. They want to fuck that person.
Right.
You're a fucking whore because your morals are
out the fucking
window.
So a whore is breaking rules. Doing things you're not supposed to be doing.
Oh, actually, no. Maybe that's a hoe. I think a whore. I think a whore is like you do orgies.
No, I would.
Like, a whore is like you down for the get down. Like, you'll fuck whatever.
How many orgies have you been in?
Define orgy.
More than 2 people touching privates.
Are they all touching me or each other?
I'm gonna say.
This is gonna be the greatest episode.
I'm gonna say for the orgy. I'm gonna say everyone needs to be touching.
Oh wait, isn't there like a number? Like, it has to be like 5 people, right? To be.
I'm sure there's something official.
Because there's threesome and then there's orgy. So I assume, like, fuck the 4, it's just 5. Or maybe 4 is.
I feel like a foursome would be a thing.
Oh, there's a foursome. Okay, there's threesome, foursome, and then orgy. Yeah, 5 is orgy. Yeah,
I feel like 5 is
because there's one person, there's an odd man out.
Yeah,
and they have to come eliminate.
And they gotta get in where they fit in.
They gotta get in where they fit in. Hopefully they fit in at
least we've learned more than
the public school system.
It seems like at least one orgy's happened in your life. That's all.
I would say no, it wasn't really orgy. It was more so like I don't think somebody in the corner crying while I'm getting fucked is really an orgy. I think it's more of a
who's this kid in the corner?
He wasn't a kid. He was legal.
I'm imagining it's someone who's
I was legal. Where are we? Actually, no. What happened was, we'll talk about that later. But like, yeah, you don't anybody that fucks someone that is in a relationship, you're just a piece of shit. You're just, because like, here's the thing. That's
so interesting. I disagree.
Why?
Because fuck it, That's not my boyfriend.
Facts, and with that being said, you don't owe anything to that person's partner. But it's just like, have some morals, have some respect for yourself. And people think that being sexual, you don't have respect for yourself. No, you can be sexual and have respect for yourself. 100%.
What I will say is, if I'm fucking a girl with a boyfriend and I get involved in that shit, like if there's drama and then I get sucked into it, then I feel like I fucked up, because it's like, yo, now you was being messy. But if I'm fucking a girl with a boyfriend and then they get into it and I'm not in the picture at all, then I'm like, well, I'm cool.
Ain't no dick for me. Ain't no dick that great out there ever for where I'm going to fuck it and knowing that he has a girlfriend for many reasons. Because one, I have more respect for myself, but also it's like I ain't trying to get involved in that because women always find out. Women always find out when you're cheating every time, and all I need is to be going about my day and have some email or some DM talking about, hey, I just want to come to you as a woman. You fucked my nigga, and I know you knew he was my nigga, and that's the thing. Maybe I'm like old school, or just I don't do that whole like I want to talk to the girlfriend. No, fuck that. You fuck me when y'all done. When y'all done, fuck me. If y'all about to break up, then just break up. I'm cool. I can fuck your homeboy for another week or two until you figure it out with your bitch. You could do that. That's cool. I don't have a problem with that.
Let's back up.
That's
here.
A whore.
Let's back up here though. So we have very well defined lines between slut, whore,
now hoe.
And then, but you started off very whatever. Then you started having sex. This podcast, it's a podcast about growth.
You know what?
It's about struggle.
You know what?
Can I tell you the purpose of the podcast? Do you know what it is?
I don't care. But
yes, it's important because it's me asking my successful friends questions about life and growth and what you struggle with, what you're working hard at, so that I can then beat you at whatever game that you're playing, right? And right now we're talking about sex, and you're talking about sex. First you were scared of it. Now you a slut hoe thought whatever you are.
Oh no, we got thought. No, you got new vocabulary.
I didn't know. I'm just saying. How did we get from
you got a new vocabulary, boy? You gotta. How did we get? I didn't get a syllabus. I didn't get a what's it called? What's it called when you like famous and you show up to a set?
A writer.
That I didn't get that. Actually, no. A whore is a hoe. With the definition I say of a whore, that's not a whore. That's a hoe. That's a hoe. You a hoe. You a hoe if you do that.
Okay.
A whore is
How
different.
did you get from the place of I'm afraid of sex to we're defining slut, hoe, and bitch?
Research.
What does that mean? Was you a kid? Were you at 19 years old researching like, wait a minute, I'm not going to get AIDS from masturbating. So you start masturbating and you're like, wait a minute, this feels great.
I still think I can't get AIDS.
What is this sucking dick? And then you saw a video of it and you're like, magnificent. This is amazing. Let me find my own dick to suck.
No.
Is that how it happened?
No, I think what happened to me, Tyler, is what happens to a lot of people. I think you included. Many people. So our friends, people in our lives. I think what happened was a man gave me attention that I actually liked. It was a boy. He was a boy. He wasn't a man. And so all that flew out the window.
So once there was a good dude that you liked, that was like, hey, baby girl, come on.
Absolutely.
Let me keep that wig on when we in the bedroom.
Right. And I wasn't wearing wigs at that time, so he really was fucking with a bitch. He was fucking with a real bitch.
I love me a bald-headed bitch.
I wasn't bald-headed, you
I'm
piece.
sorry.
Come on, nappy head. Don't talk about me. You just mad because your shit ain't even sellable.
No, it's not.
I can't even make a wig out of your shit.
My hair's terrible,
I can use a dreadlock as a tampon. I can do that. It's thick enough. It's rough and thick enough. I can do that.
It will hold in there.
See how black men do black women? Call me bald-headed. I'm not that cold, okay? There's hair underneath here. It's called image.
You have hair. I've seen your hair.
I have lots of hair.
You have lots of hair. They're probably in your bag. You always talking about your wigs. You said it already.
I got to be bald headed. You know, it's a funny story, and you'll like this because it has the word white woman in it.
Okay.
This white woman actually got me.
I don't even know what that means.
Yeah, he knows exactly what the fuck it means. And y'all know what the fuck it
man.
means too. This white chick. Shout out to. I'm gonna give her a shout out. Her name is Taylor. She's a white chick, beautiful fucking girl. You would try to fuck. If you weren't a successful, happy, whatever the fuck you're in. And shout out to your girl. I fuck with her. I like her.
I know.
Anyways.
She likes you.
I love her. She's really great.
Yeah. Y'all were talking the other day at that party. Y'all seemed like y'all were getting along.
I like her. She's a good.
Good people.
She's beautiful on the outside, but on the inside.
Oh my God.
She's good.
Quality. Just quality.
I'm like, why is she with you?
And trust me, I know her better than you do to the core. It doesn't stop.
Well, you've been in her court, but
listen.
White woman Taylor, she put me on wigs. I never wore a wig
really?
until her, and she just wore, and she has naturally beautiful long hair, but she just likes wigs as like a accessory,
right?
And that's kind of what made me start wearing wigs, because I was like, I love accessories, I love things that are different. So I was like, yeah, let me, because I don't know if you know this, but spoiler alert, I've been black for a long time.
Yeah.
And I know that's just like, this is another spoiler alert stereotype that black women wear wigs, but I never wore wigs. I just never was interested in it. But then like,
how'd you wear your hair? Did you like flat iron it? Did you?
I really just did
natural?
whatever
you,
Paramore song I would listen to. Honestly.
Like a braids, just whatever.
Whatever the Lord had me do.
So then this dude was like, I like you, and you were like, good.
Oh yeah, when you like somebody, AIDS goes out the window.
Yeah,
it's kind of like when
you're
you
like, I want your AIDS. I love you so much. I want it. If you have it, I want it. I mean, there was a girl. She had a cold sore. I was dating her, and she had it, and she was like, "Why aren't you kissing me?" And I was like, "Bitch, you got a cold sore. What you?" I'm like, I don't get them. You got it. Let's just wait till it's gone, then we good. And she started crying, and I was like, I don't care. I'll do it. Kiss me. And then she was stubborn, and she was like, "No, I'm not going to." So thank God I've never had a cold sore, but I was ready to do it to make her stop crying. I was willing to get oral herpes to make sure that this girl wasn't mad at me.
Y'all fuck bitches raw because you're just in the moment. You're just like, she gets me. She watches SpongeBob. I watch SpongeBob. We both like Rick and Morty. She's like not a bitch.
What's your point?
Raw.
I sense judgment, but I hear nothing wrong with what you're saying.
No, there's no judgment. I just been drinking. I'm just slurring.
Like, yeah, you niggas do. Y'all
niggas.
Oh, you like SpongeBob, so you fuck. Yes, bitches. That's what we do. If I say to a girl, F is for friends who do stuff together, and she says U is for you and me, we fucking. Because we both love SpongeBob.
F is for friends who do fuck together. U is for inside of me. And it's for
no good niggas fucking around with these
in the motherfucking deep blue sea.
Dang, Plankton.
This sluts.
This is intense.
Fucking whores. No, here's the thing. There's nothing wrong, men or women, or whatever you identify as. There was absolutely nothing wrong with being sexual. There's nothing wrong with fucking who you want to fuck as long as it's consensual. Yep. If you want to fuck somebody Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, you could do that. But
and I'm gonna say not anyone or anything. Go ahead.
Well, that's illegal. But yeah,
I'm the guy who's pushing for it. It doesn't matter if it's consensual. You can fuck anyone or anything. What?
And the good thing is, pillows don't talk.
They don't, man.
Neither do dogs. They just make fucking Peter about to be at the door. But no, all jokes aside, yeah, slut whore. What I mean, it is what I've learned in this age that I'm in, this golden age.
Where you at with sex nowadays? Where you at with sex and relationships nowadays? I mean, I know we've talked off camera about about the real shit, but just from a high level, what are you looking for now? You're a single woman in New York City.
I'm a single woman in New York City, and
are you looking for dick? Are you looking for love?
I just wanted to look for me, honestly.
You want to look for yourself?
I just want to be walking and just smell like salami behind me, and be like, what's on it? And then it's just like dick, and I'm like, okay. No, what's weird? So I am single, and the situation I was in prior, I feel like every situation, relationship, everything, when you're giving yourself to a person, even if it turns out really bad or really good, you always learn something from it. And I've always learned something from every situation, relationship I've been in. This past one, I kind of learned more of like what I really want, and I think that's really the thing for me. I think with each relationship, I always realize like, okay, what? Because you're always growing. Yeah. And I'm not only.
And also, that's just not only are you growing, but you're also getting into these relationships and figuring out like, oh, this is some shit that I learned that's actually not good, that is not working. So not only are you growing and learning, but you're also trying to shed old shit.
Absolutely.
And the only way you know how to shed it is by realizing that it's not helpful, by being in some shitty relationship.
Yes. And from my past situation, because I wasn't getting it enough, I learned that I love to be fucked a lot. I want to get fucked all the time. I want you to wake me up out of my fucking sleep and be like, here's your nasal spray, dick. Like I want to be fucked all the time, and that's okay that I want to be fucked all the time. That doesn't mean weird and some people are like, oh well, you just have a high libido, and it's like, I don't even know how to spell that, so I'm not gonna claim it, but I just want to be fucked. Like, why does it have to be like a diagnosis with it? Why does sexuality have to be diagnosed or have a label? Why can't I just be like, hi, my name is Leah Sampson.
I think people say high libido,
and I like to be fucked a lot.
I think people say high libidos
preferably by the same person,
because you can't. You can't go to your doctor and say, I like to be fucked a lot.
Okay, but what's the definition of like high libido? Like, okay,
you like to get fucked a lot.
And then what's a lot? I guess what's a lot?
More than the other person?
I want to get. Then that's just subjective. I want to be. How
many times a week?
Is this the sex podcast?
You chose this.
You kept talking about it.
I said, what do you want from a relationship? And you're
That's
like,
not what you said.
I said, what are you looking for right now? And you're like, I'm trying to get fucked.
Right now,
I'm looking for that salami dick. That's what you said. I'm looking for that meatball nuts and that salami dick all up inside of me. That's what you said.
Well, I was joking because I'm a pescatarian. But what I really want, I don't want a relationship right now.
Dick.
I don't want a relationship at all.
On that
I don't even want
dick.
dick right now. I don't want sex. I don't want anything because what I've learned, we're talking about life lessons, why I'm better than you. Why I'm so much better than you.
That's not what I said.
I did.
That's not the premise.
It is. It's in the bio.
More successful.
Same thing.
No.
Yes. But I have learned that here's the thing. Every relationship, the last one, the one before that, every relationship I've realized I've ever been in, I never wanted them, they wanted me. And I accommodated.
So you fucking dudes that want you, but you're not even considering, wait, do I even want them?
Nope, because again, I was deprived of dick so long
Amen.
ago. But I got to the point that when God introduced a man to me,
Holy Spirit,
and was like, look, bitch, respectfully, look, bitch, I want you. I'm like, shit. Well, let's make up for lost time.
That's right.
And brother, let me tell you something. Let's make up for lost time. What I ended up doing was losing time. Because see. Can you see? See?
No, I can't. Go ahead.
Thank you. See, the devil.
Oh my. It's taking a turn. I'm here with it. Don't get me wrong. I'm right here.
The devil will confuse you and make you think there's something that is not what it really is, but really it isn't what it needs to be.
The greatest lie the devil ever told is that he never exists. What is it? You know what I mean. Go on.
Like cauliflower buffalo wings. It ain't really what it is, but it will make you think that it is what it is.
Man, they really taste like chicken.
No, they don't.
If you didn't, I was eating some and I didn't know.
You're full of shit.
No, I
will
didn't
quit
know.
this podcast.
I was
right
eating
now.
it and I was like,
fucking liar. You're a fucking liar if you say that cauliflower tastes like buffalo wings.
Of course it doesn't, but when I didn't know and I bit in it, I was like, not bad.
Then just call it that. Just call it fried cauliflower with buffalo sauce.
And I was like, wait, these aren't wings? And they were like, no, it's cauliflower, bro.
Well, Tyler, you've always been a little off. Hence the success of this podcast.
It's very successful. Just depends on how you define success. If you define success by numbers and listeners, then no, it's not successful. But if you
but Instagram hasn't flagged it yet, so it's doing good.
But if you define success by enjoyment fulfillment, then I'm doing great.
Is that what they're saying?
Is that what who's saying? No one's saying anything. That's what I'm saying.
Well, I feel miserable.
Yeah. So you talking into the void right now. It's just us two, but it's okay.
It's okay. That's what we all do. But
that's why I want you on to get that Leah Sampson pop.
I want
dirty pop.
Oh, come on,
never
Justin.
dip, but can't stop.
Is that Justin?
It's Justin.
Michael. Okay. Same
Michael,
person. Same,
come on now.
They both white people. So at this point, what I've learned from all my situations or whatever I've been in, I fuck with me so heavy right now.
Yeah.
And I think that's why some of my relationships and this past one didn't work out because for other reasons, but I fuck with me so much and sometimes men don't want that or like that. And I think as a black woman, it comes off as intimidating and it's like, I'm chilling. That's not to say I don't want to be submissive. I think I'm a very submissive person. I think I'm I love giving. I love doing. When I hear that stereotype black women don't want, I'm like, well, I must not be black because I love degrading myself for a man's happiness.
Is there something about yourself that you didn't like that you've grown to like?
Look at you guiding this in the right direction. It's like
Here's one of me. Here's one of me.
Please give me.
I've always been. How could you say this? A bitch. I've always been a bitch. I think you can see that in me.
Absolutely. I've told you that.
Yeah.
I've called you a bitch ass nigga.
Yeah, I know.
I've definitely said that to you.
Yeah, with no love or
Yeah.
and
Not because I'm a black woman, just because it's apparent.
just because you just trying to let me know.
Because I care about you.
Yeah. Just call me. Hey, just so you know. Hey, love you, man. Just so you know, you a bitch ass nigga. Don't forget, man. So that's what I've always been, and I've never liked that. But in this relationship I'm in now, she likes my bitch ass nigganess. Now she would never say that because she's a white girl. She would call it something
Not allowed.
She would call it something like emotionally intelligent or
emotionally
like
draining.
She would say
emotionally intelligent. Y'all see how niggas do it.
That's what she would see like emotionally intelligent, or she would say open and honest. But then other people just call that being a bitch ass nigga. And that's something that I still struggle with in myself, where it's like, man, I don't like that part of me. I am that on the inside, and she sees that, but I don't necessarily. I mean, you can see it's there.
Yes,
I'm not showing it, but to the extent that I really feel it, I do tend to keep that for private.
I can see it's in the lack of your baby hairs that you definitely are.
What?
Bitch ass nigga. Black terms. I know you're not familiar.
I'm sorry?
Here's the thing. I
living
love
in color? I just don't know. I don't know anything. I'm like, excuse me?
I love that you said that.
Yeah.
I love bitch ass niggas. I love overly emotional men, and I love men like that because I naturally, like I said, I know people are always like, you're intimidating. I'm natural. I've accepted this. I didn't like this about myself, but I've accepted it. I am naturally a nurturer. I love.
You didn't like that. Why didn't you like that?
Because a lot of
because you just a
simp, just a bit, like just a
woman in her
that
place.
lets men just like walk all over her, and it's like, no, it's not.
You gonna take care of your man, but your man not gonna take care of you.
And that was my last situation. He was very, very, very emotional and very like he needed attention.
Yeah.
But I was okay with that because I like to give it. I like to give it. The problem is though, so there's nothing wrong with that. There's nothing wrong with if you're a man and that is you and you're very emotional and you need a lot of attention and you need a lot of, you need a lot of shit.
Yesterday morning, I woke up on the windowsill in the sunlight. There was a ladybug. I cried.
Well, you need help, but
that's not true. But what if it was? What if I was like, this morning, this day, he's given us
my life in the sunshine. Do you ever hear like theme songs when you're like going through a moment? Do you ever see things in your life you're like, this would be a perfect script, this would be a movie? I didn't see the song correctly because my vocals
sometimes
I'm not warmed up.
Man,
well,
this liquor's doing me right. Thank you for this.
You're welcome. It's the least I could do.
It's just a little bit.
It's a little bit.
Just a touch.
But I like that. I like men that are very, intuitive with their emotional side. Now, the issue for me personally with a bitch ass nigga, because y'all are bitch ass niggas.
Yeah.
But the issue that becomes is when it's like, I'm now your babysitter. Or your mother, really? Mm-hmm. Like it's like I'm getting.
Okay, tell me how you're.
Well, like I'm getting nothing from you.
I know a lot. There's a lot of girls. Honestly, a lot of comics. Specifically, a lot of funny, strong comedian girls get with these bitch
ass
niggas. And I'm gonna say I'm a bitch ass nigga, but I'm gonna say I'm not that kind of bitch ass nigga. If we gonna do sluts, hoes, and whores, then we need to do bitch ass niggas. We need to do what's a mommy? What's a baby boy that needs a mommy?
Titty ass nigga.
If you want to talk about a titty ass nigga, you can talk about them. That's not me. I'm bitch ass nigga.
There's a bitch ass nigga that needs a lot emotionally from a woman, but will reciprocate.
Right. And that's. I don't even know if I need a lot. I just need. I just need to be able to talk about what I'm thinking, what I'm feeling, and have the other. Because what I've had in past relationships is they either take it personally, or they hear what they want to hear. Mm-hmm. Or they're insecure. What I say triggers their insecurity, and then they can no longer
right.
Like they just short circuit, and they're like, I say some shit, they get triggered and they're like, well, you know what, you fucking, and I'm like, I was just being honest.
Yeah. Well, but also there's a thing where there's a difference between being honest, like, hey, let's sit down, let me talk to you about what you want to tell me. If a man I'm with is like, I got some shit I want to talk to you about, I want to sit down and talk to you about it, that's cool. But if when you're talking about it, if it becomes a thing of like bashing me, like it's not necessarily about like you, it's, and that's what I've experienced, you know. It's, I will listen, the man that I'm with, if he sits down and say, hey, I got some shit I just want to get off my chest, cool, I will sit there and listen to you, whatever the fuck it is you gotta say. But when the conversation starts being like, and you didn't do, and I reacted this way because you, and in my head I'm like, well, I know I didn't do that. I know that's not what I did. Then yeah, I'm gonna start interrupting, not on purpose, but it's just like, just as a human, it's like,
well, yeah, they're getting it wrong.
Exactly. It's like you can't,
they're projecting onto you,
right? So I'm not gonna sit in there. But mind you, if I don't sit there and just let you degrade me, well, I'm a bitch now. I'm controversial, and it's like, no, it has to go equal. It has to be equal ways. Now, granted, if you're saying, hey, when you did this, that did hurt my feelings. When you did do that, it hurt my feelings. Cool, that's different.
I've had people be like, I've been like, hey man, when that happened, you know, it did hurt my feelings. It's like, well, you know, you are a bitch, so you got to remember that.
And that's facts.
I'm like, damn, that's all. And then I'm a man, so I'm like, I ain't no bitch. I'll suck it up and then resent.
It's like, if you a bitch nigga, if you a bitch, there's a difference between bitch nigga and a bitch ass and a titty ass nigga. Okay. If you a bitch ass nigga, you know what you about, and when you just need somebody to listen, right? You need somebody to listen.
I just need an ear, son.
You just need an ear. You just want to be like, you know, shoulder to cry. I want to be heard, right? That type of shit. But a titty ass nigga is like, I want to be heard, and I want to be catered to, and I want you to shut the fuck up, and I don't want you to say anything back to me.
They don't want to be challenged.
They don't want to be challenged.
They don't want the truth.
They don't want the truth. And the truth is not a challenge. That's the thing. The truth is not a challenge. And that's what I won't even say all niggas. Men, come on, Nelly. Wait.
I don't know.
Yeah, Lil Jon. That's the thing. Right. The truth is not always a challenge.
I'm writing that down. That's a great one.
It's facts. Give me my writing credit,
please. It's probably the name of the pod. They'll hear it.
The truth is not always a fucking challenge. It's not. The truth is just the fucking truth. And that's just what it is.
That's just what it is.
So back to me. I don't really want any. I feel very good. I'm doing really well in my career. I got a lot of great things coming up that I can't talk about too much. Sure.
You can't talk about.
NDA,
but tell me. Okay, so we started about the same time, and you've done so much stuff in that time.
You've done more than me.
Huh?
You've done more than me.
Why do you say that? I don't know if that's true.
Yeah, it's true.
What are you? Here, I'll tell you what I'm jealous of with you.
Street lawyer services, New York City. The government knows I'm in town.
I was just writing that. Yeah, didn't that suck? Like you go into a new city and then fucking Google Maps is like, you should check out this spot in New York. And I'm like, what the fuck,
the government needs to know.
But anyway, tell me what you're jealous of me about, and then I'll tell you what I'm jealous of.
I'm not jealous of anything. I'm never jealous of any comedian at all. I don't care. You could fucking get.
But what have I done?
Me. I don't care.
What have I done that you haven't done? Huh? Yeah. I think I've talked about it. Yeah.
Now, mind you, it's coming up. We're not going to, because mine's coming up, so we're not going to talk about it.
Oh, we already know. We know it's coming.
Well,
even if it ain't scheduled, it's coming.
It's scheduled.
It's coming.
So you know what? You haven't. I guess you haven't done more than me. But no, you won. You fucking. Oh, that was. I
did win. Ow.
Sorry. It looked like it hurt. Bitch ass nigga. It's gonna be a bruise that just says black. Black. But no. Okay. All jokes aside, I don't know if you want this to be part of the podcast, but it's gonna be. Is that baby girl?
That's baby girl.
That's baby girl.
Baby girl texted me. What'd she say? She said,
"What baby girl?"
Snoogie doogie doogie. I'm like, oh, that's sweet.
I like your girlfriend.
I don't even know how she spelled that.
She's so fucking sweet, and she's so. I'm sorry, I'm so biased against pretty women. Like, she's a sweet girl, but she's so fucking pretty. For no reason.
I kept hearing comics be like, dude, your girlfriend's actually hot. I'm like, why'd you say it like that? Mm-hmm. Why are you being mean?
Kind of when people say, Leah, your joke is actually smart.
Hey, Leah, I don't know if you knew, but that joke, was well written.
It's like you could read or something.
Who wrote that for you?
My demons. But I will say this, Tyler. I know we've been all over the place, but I'm gonna say this.
Here's what I'm jealous. I saw that you've performed in more clubs than I have, and clubs seem like these sort of places. I'm like, how do you get into a club? I don't fucking know. But you perform in a lot of cool clubs. think you've been at the store, right? You've been at the store. You've been like some stuff in Chicago.
I think you're above clubs.
Different stuff. What does that mean?
I think you're above clubs.
I don't even know what that means.
I think here's the thing. I feel like
make money in clubs. I'm not above that.
You can make money many ways.
That's some hoe ass shit right there.
That's some money ass shit.
Oh, it's money ass shit.
That's some bills is paid ass shit.
Okay, fair enough.
But no, here's the thing. What I've kind of concluded.
This is legitimate. Teach me because you see.
Let me show you how I'm much better than Tyler.
I think the main thing is you're really good at even away from the art. You're like great with people.
Thank you.
And you're charming and personable. And I can get there, but it takes me a second.
I think you are. You know what I think?
It just takes me with strangers. You're much better. You're like, girl, hey, what's your name? Ooh, I like this, blah, 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 blah. And then suddenly...
it's very black of you, but...
What?
I don't think I act that way.
Ooh, girl.
I know that I'm a 50-year-old black woman at church.
Ooh, child. Yes, you say that all the time.
I do, child.
You pull out a fan and wave yourself.
With my dead uncle's face on it.
That's what I'm saying. Ooh, girl. Ooh. That's what I'm saying. That's a perfect Leah impression.
I hate black men.
You need to stop that shit.
That's on camera. I hate black men.
Yeah, you do.
They hate us and I hate them.
That's not true.
Any interpretation is some hood ghetto ass shit.
You know, we're not a monolith.
Anytime somebody impersonates me, it's never, hello, yes, I'd like to apply for this loan. It's always, oh, child. Oh, I hate white bitches and black men together. It's like, no, I don't. I like love. I'm cool with that. I was gonna give you a compliment. I don't know if I should give it to you. No, Tyler.
Anyway, I'm saying you're better with people. You'll go up, talk to somebody, and they'll be important.
I love people,
and they'll be important, and you'll talk to them, and then they'll be like, I like Leah, and they're like decision makers. I'm afraid of decision makers.
Well, see, that's my point.
I'm afraid of most. I don't want to talk to most people.
Well, see, that's where you fuck up.
I think that's why I'm moving here is to learn that because now
you have no choice.
That's what I'm saying.
You have to acknowledge that homeless man that's beating on your door.
You have to,
and you have to.
Will
stay inside.
And it's one of these things where it's like if you're in a new, if you push yourself in a new situation, and that will force you to learn new things. Like now, I don't know. I mean, I know 6 people in this town.
Yeah.
But I gotta enter this comedy scene. So now, whenever I go somewhere, I'm gonna be instead of just talking to you or another friend or this person in Austin. Now I'm here and I'm like, well, what's up? I'm Tyler. How's it going?
Right.
And then you gotta make that conversation.
Right, and
so that's what I'm trying to learn here. But anyway,
that's how
you already know how to do that.
Well, that's how I learned how to have sex. It was like the dick was out, the conversation was happening. You got to get it anywhere you fit in. But my thing is, it's funny you say that where it's like, yes, I will. I don't care. You could be the president. I don't care what your credentials are. You could be the top of the top or you could be a homeless person. I will talk to you because I don't give a fuck. I don't care how famous you are or how famous you're not. I don't give a fuck. I'm going to give you my presence and you can decline it or you can accept it. You decline it, cool. I keep it pushing. You accept it, cool. And I think that's how, a lot of things have happened. But my point is with you, Tyler, we've had these conversations, and I've been wanting to do this podcast so I can talk about this. Mm-hmm. We've known each other for a very long time, and we've had like really, really one-on-one, like deep conversations about just not our lives, but like comedy and things like that. And we've always felt the same, as in like we weren't really appreciated or acknowledged for our talent, for our skill set, for our writing, for our whatever. And you have completely,
Oh, that's our homeless friend banging it. Yep, that's him banging on the door.
That's the homeless man.
There's a homeless man outside the front of the building just who periodically
he wants to do stand up, and he told me a joke. I said it was trash, and now he's upset. And he won't even. But
he's only been here today. I've never seen him before.
Oh right, yeah, they come and go. It's New York, but just I would say maybe 6 months ago. Maybe 6 months ago. I don't know if you remember this, but you did a show at some venue, a really good venue in Austin, and we were walking back to your car because we were going to like another mic or something together.
I'm like, oh, you don't want to say the venue? Got it. Go ahead.
They're not sponsoring me, and we were walking and just talking about comedy as we always do, and you were just like kind of saying the same shit that I've said a lot, like I just don't feel like I'm doing all the things these people don't fuck with me, and you weren't taking it like personally. It wasn't like you were like fuck these people. You're just like, what am I not doing for these people to recognize and understand who I am as a comedian? And I was like, I'm right there with you, because you have to get to a point of where like there's two different things. You can be like, no, I'm the shit. Like I am good. It's very apparent that I am good.
Yeah.
Why am I not getting the recognition? And there's the other part of like, why am I not getting the recognition? But maybe you're just not that good, you know? And it was never that situation with you or me. And so that was just 6 months ago. And within 6 months, what? You fucking won funniest person in fucking Austin, Texas.
I did.
And then you got some other shit going for you. It's like,
I do.
That's just kind of how it goes. It's like,
you know, this. Yeah, I think you're speaking on a lot of stuff, and I've been thinking about this a lot recently too, because I think a big thing that the trap of comedy, like we get into this because we are lacking, and we're hoping that comedy will give us this thing that we don't have, and what it is validation. That's what I think. I think a lot of these, maybe you relate to this, maybe you
I don't relate to that
but
at all. But a lot of y'all need validation.
I think a lot of y'all need validation. I think that's the difference between you and I. Is that like consciously or subconsciously, and all these motherfuckers need validation. Right. You weren't popular in high school. You enter a small comedy scene like Austin. You're able to get a little bit of clout, and then suddenly, boom, I can be the popular kid, and I can make decisions, and I can power, I can control. I can create in groups and out groups,
and that's why a lot of male comedians are insane.
Yeah, and the thing is, it's like what at some point, and what I realized even in the small scene of Austin, because it's like the people I was complaining about, they still don't fuck with me. That hasn't changed. I've had this and happen, that happen. I think they respect me, but I still don't. But they're not fucking with me.
Yes. I
think they respect me as a comic, whether they like me or not, blah, blah, blah. But
I feel the same way.
But I think the thing is, once you realize like, oh, you're constantly deep in your core, you are asking people for validation, when what you need to realize, you need to validate yourself, realize where you're at. And like for me, I've been working hard at this, so like I'm at a level where I'm like, no, I have something to offer people. And so I'm like, I don't need you. I'm not coming to you for you to make me feel better. I'm coming to you because like, yo, like, and I need shit, and I need, you got to work with people, and I'm validating myself. What do you think? No? All right. Someone's going to say yes. What about you? No? All right, cool. Whatever. I already know I got it. I'm just waiting to see who agrees.
And I think you're completely 100% correct. And I think what complicates that,
sure,
for a lot of comics, I would say specifically like me and you, our comedy is not like everyone else. And that's not to discredit other comics. That's not to say like, oh, all these comics that are successful, they all the same. No, but let's keep it funky. There is a thing in comedy that people are looking for. And when you are not, whatever that thing is, when you're not that,
and it's different things for different people.
Exactly. And when you're, but when you're not that thing, there's different things for different people. But there's something that is universal with certain artists, whether you're a comedian, a singer. Prime example, you'll have like Dua Lipa. Yeah. You know, people be like, I would never listen to that bitch. Whatever. Yo, Dua Lipa, that one song she got, let that shit play in the club, I'm fucking throwing ass. Do I think she's the most talented singer? No, but it's like that song. She has that thing that gets my fucking that gets my interest.
Yeah,
I think it's the same thing with comedy. It's like, and I know you've heard this before. Comics that are famous and writing and doing all these things, they're not necessarily the funniest person, and that's why I don't really watch or have really listened to Seinfeld, but one of the things that Seinfeld has said that really sticks with me, that I really love, he's like, one, comedy is subjective. It really is. What's funny to you may not be funny to me, and what's funny to me might not be funny to you. That doesn't mean you're not funny. But I think where we came up and how we came up in the city we came up in, humor was very subjective, or was very like
we weren't the shit people were looking for.
Exactly. Yeah. And like I said, let's not be.
Well, go ahead.
Well, like, let's not act like that's not a real thing. Certain communities and certain populations and certain groups,
white people. Excuse me.
Fan favorite. Yeah, they want a certain kind of.
I'm a fan of white people. So I'm just saying, yeah.
So you thought I was gonna come on this podcast and not.
No, that's fine.
Subliminally call you a coon, but sure. I still love you. But no, but it's like, yeah, it's like, and again, that's not to say that the comics that certain white people love aren't funny. That's not to say that.
Yeah.
But people like us, our comedy, they don't really understand sometimes, or maybe they do understand it, but maybe they weren't. It's just a lot of politics behind us, and all we want to do is just make niggas laugh.
A lot of social politics.
Yes, it's so many social politics.
I spent a lot of time, right?
And we just want to make them laugh.
I've spent my whole career trying to figure out how to write jokes for these white people, and because I think and
it never works.
No, I figured it out. And what it is like,
not for me.
I think me and you are two of the, I think it's it's not, this isn't, take this with a grain of salt, but it's like we kind of have blackness in our writing more than most people. I feel like there's, number one, there's just not a lot of black comics in the city that are still like actively like doing a lot of stuff.
Well, what city are you talking about?
I'm talking about Austin. I'm talking about specific. This is all specifically Austin. I'm hoping whenever I'm out here, people will be able to. I feel like all
the black comics in Austin. Well, I'm like, there's only like 2 black females. All the black male comics, all y'all talk about is like dating white girls and like sex, and like.
Well, that's every comic talks about sex, so that's not fair. Yeah, that's right. Remember this whole 45 minutes of you breaking down slut, bitch, and hoe. So yeah, I just want to be a cult leader. Called what is the pot calling the kettle? Black nigga.
I'm sorry, I say nigger.
But yeah, I think
a lot of people are gonna be really upset about this episode.
No one's paying attention. So I think a lot of our style is black. Like I think like
I don't know about that.
I think a lot of the shit that I say is like inexplicably black. I think that it's I find my style confronting to white people. I'm not trying to be.
I would agree to that.
I'm not trying to be.
I would agree to that.
I'm not trying to be, but it is like, oh, here's the thing I think is funny. And it's like, oh, wait, yeah, white people don't like that shit. So I have to like morph it so that it's palatable.
No, but you know what's crazy? Sorry to cut you off, but I gotta say this again. We started around the same time. I've seen you grow as I wouldn't say grow. I hate people like, I've seen you grow as a comic.
I've grown as a comic.
I mean, you have. We all have. But
grown as a person. Grown as a human. Grown as a friend, a lover, a son, a father.
Good for you. But your jokes are your jokes, Tyler, now like who you are as a comedian now.
Who, me?
Are so, you're doing a thing that I'm trying to do. You talk about the shit that, like when I hear your jokes now, I'm like, that's fuck a joke. That's just Tyler. And that's Tyler's brain, because I've heard the jokes you've said before when you were like in that era trying to like accommodate, because I've done it too. I think we all do that. We all try to accommodate to us. All these fucking white people are getting fucking headlining sets and they're talking about mushrooms growing out of their carpet, and we talk about some real shit and it's like, okay, Blackie, it's like we get nothing.
Yeah, they don't want to hear about it.
They don't want to hear about it.
Yeah,
the jokes that you have done, I've seen you doing the past year, are so niggerish and black. Which is surprising. They're so black, and but they're just. It's like,
it almost hides the fact you're a big old coon. That's what's crazy.
I'd rather you have said it on your own podcast than me.
We've talked enough about it that it's like this is the dynamic. This is what it is. We've talked. We've gotten deep. There's no changing it. Let's just keep on moving.
This is what it is forever and always.
It's fun, and it's fun.
But no, the jokes you talk about now are just, they're you. And they're so fucking good.
Oh, you're
and
so
that is
sweet.
why people, white, black, everybody just fucking lose. I've seen you perform in the past year, and every show, even when you're telling some joke that like maybe they don't really understand, you fucking kill it, man, because it's you. You're not pretending to be nobody else. Because you're already a good writer. You're a good writer. That's the first step. You could be a good writer. That's fine, cool. But it takes work to be a good stand-up. There's a lot of people that are into comedy and they write for TV shows. They don't do stand-up. Why? Because one, they don't want to. Two, that's not their shit. They're like, But to be a good writer and a good stand-up, that is skill. And you have that because and I think now why you've gotten way more successful is because you're doing that good writer shit, but with your own fucking voice. And and it shows you don't care what kind of crowd you're accommodating to. And that is something that's inspirational to me.
Oh, that's
because
very sweet.
I mean, as a black woman, I've been told like, oh, my jokes are too ghetto and too hood, or my jokes are too white. I'm always being placed in some category.
Yeah.
I just want to tell my jokes. I'm a exquisite, articulate, very intelligent, smart woman. And I want to tell jokes that way. I want to write my jokes that way. But also, my life is my life, and my experience is my experience. And I should be able to share that. And just because my experience is not your experience, that doesn't diminish my life. Well, and I think you've managed to do that.
Well, I mean, the thing is, we're still young comics. I appreciate all that.
Yes, we are. We are very young comics.
You're very sweet for saying all that. And we're still young comics. And like, what people don't understand is, I always got so frustrated with this, because there's, you know, I have my doubts in myself and what I'm doing, but there's always this level in me, like the main doubt that I have in comedy is like, can I make it in the industry? When it comes to the stage, I'm not worried about that.
Right.
I'm worried about like, when it comes to the stage, when it comes to the audience, it's gonna be there.
Right.
When it comes to people giving me opportunities, I'm like, I just don't, I have no control over that.
Yeah.
And that's very frustrating to me, but that's just life.
But it comes.
I mean, fingers crossed, you know? And I think, what was I saying? I was making a point. And the thing...
I gotta head out soon. We got to my show, yeah.
Yeah, we'll wrap up in like 10 minutes.
Are you gonna ride with me?
Oh, yeah.
I'd rather you do, because I feel like you know this more than I do.
Yeah, I've been here a week. But I've been here 1 week.
We're gonna keep this in.
But the thing is, like, they don't understand. Like, I would get so frustrated whenever I was like 2 or 3 years in, and I'd be saying some crazy shit.
Yeah.
And like, I could tell, or like, I'd tell, like, Hunter Duncan's a big one. I'll tell him a premise. I'll be like, all right, so I got this premise, right? And it's some wild premise.
Wild shit.
And he's like,
yeah, right. Like an Hunter.
Listen, man, if you want to give it a go. And I'm like, and it would,
shout out to Hunter.
And guess what?
And
guess what? He was right. It would bomb.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
But now I'm finally at the point, 7 years, 8 years in, where I'm able to make them work. Mm-hmm. And it's like, I would have never gotten here if I wasn't bombing in 2 or 3 years, trying the shit that is the most me that I can be. Yeah. And it's very frustrating whenever people don't see that that's what you're doing. And then once it starts working, you know, I even worry now. Maybe it's just because I've been in Austin and that was the vibe. It wasn't the culture that wanted the things that we have to offer. Like, it's like, oh, like, are they gonna see me kill and be like, too bad he's a nigga? You know what I mean?
You know, the best thing,
or too bad he's XYZ, too bad he's too dirty. I mean, like, if you saw my FPIA set, like, I'm telling trans jokes.
Bro, you went heavy.
I'm telling trans jokes. I'm telling rape jokes. I'm telling nigga jokes. I'm telling pronouns jokes. I'm telling abortion jokes.
But, and this is kind of like sidetracking, but I've noticed about Caps, the new Cap City, the Helium Cap City, they want comedy. They don't give a fuck if it's trans. They don't care what the fuck you're talking about. If it's comedy, if it's funny, they are in for it. And I do respect that. I will say this, though. Fuck, you just said something that just made me think of something.
I was saying I had a bunch of crazy jokes in my set.
Yeah.
I'm scared that people will see that and be like, man, it's really funny, but it's a little edgy for our
case, and
know?
that's the thing. It's like, I remember my mom. So my mom, like, you know, she and I are not close, but she always knew I was a star. And she would say things like, you should do comedy. And I was like, why? She's like, because you're a different type of black woman. She's like, the world is going to always.
Ooh, child. That's what your mom said? She was like, she was like,
you would think he didn't come from a black woman's vagina.
That's how my mom talks.
She doesn't. I've met your mother. I've met your mother.
She's putting on airs in public, but at home, this is what she does. She'll pick up the phone. If it's my aunt, like, this is back when I have the house phone. I mean, now you can see who's calling. When the house phone, she'd be like, hello? Oh, hey, girl, what you doing? Like, immediately. She'd be, ooh, child, stop it. Like, that's how she talks.
I'm not your mother, so why would I speak like that?
But that's yeah, we still up here. I mean, I was saying some funny stuff, and then we missed it. Anyway, what were we saying? Talking about your mom telling you that you're a different kind of black woman.
Yeah, she did. Well, she was something that I would be successful in comedy because she was like, you are a black woman, but you have so many experiences that are not stereotypically black. And I think that is what's been successful for me because I've tapped into that. Because I feel like with black women in the industry, whether you're an actress or a comedian, you know, or musician, whatever it is that you do, we have to be in a category. I got to be if I'm a, you know, actress, I got to be the color purple ass fucking type of woman, right. Or I got to be a, you know, very.
You ain't never done right by me.
Right. And it's like.
That's okay. That's what Whoopi sounds like.
For a black man that's afraid of black women, how do you know that so well?
Because my mom loves the color purple because I'm from a black family.
I do like your mom. Your mom. Shout out to Tyler's mom.
Hey, shout out to Kim.
But no, my mom was just like you're just you. The things that you do, the way that you speak, the things that you say aren't black or white or whatever the fuck that you're just you. You just do what you want to do. And that is very relatable to multiple people. And I think that has been what has made me very successful in comedy is because I don't put myself in a box. And people try to lots of times. Mm-hmm. I don't put myself in a box. I talk about my experiences from my perspective. I talk about things I want to talk about. I date who I want to date. I do what I want to do. And I'm just a funny, smart ass, beautiful ass bitch.
I think we established
slut. I do like to fuck, but consensually with one person typically.
Of course.
Not multiple people, because then you get yeast infections, and I don't have
health
care like that.
What's the most amount of dudes you could keep in rotation?
Ooh, 1.5. No, 1.5 meaning I love one of them and I kind of love the other one. Like I like one of them. Like one of them, I'm like, that's my nigga, and then like the other one, I'm like. If you died, I'd go to the funeral. But I meant sexual. But if your baby mama pulled up, I wouldn't really like confront her. Like I wouldn't say anything.
Right. Well, let's wrap this up. So, because we need to go and we got time.
Now. We need to go now.
No, we can.
I'm driving and if I'm parking.
Okay, you're right. Blah, 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 blah.
I'm in New York.
So at the end, I asked for advice on different things. So just you can make it as quick as possible. Whatever. Mm-hmm. Tell me your advice on sex and or relationships.
Say no.
Just say no.
Be yourself.
Nancy Reagan.
Say the things that you know. And all jokes aside, sex, relationship, bring to the table the things that you want and need and feel and want to say. And if that gets denied or shut down, or if someone tries to gaslight you on that, leave. It's over. It's done. Leave it alone. Goodbye. Boom.
Perfect.
Out.
Advice on comedy.
Do you, boo? Mind you, rape jokes only take you so far, gentlemen. But do you?
I wrote a good one.
Unless it's good and you're black, then we pay attention. But comedy, do you? Be true to yourself. You're not Jerry Seinfeld. You're not Dave Chappelle. You're not any of the greats at all. Sorry to break it to you.
You don't want to be them.
And you don't want to be them. Be you. And if you don't be successful, then that's fine. Maybe you should have fucking became a teacher. But at least you tried. Be you. Don't be anybody else.
Advice on blackness.
Be black always and forever.
What does it mean to be black?
To be black, nigga.
Shit. That silence said it all, didn't it?
Mm-hmm. That was for all the oppressors.
And well, lastly, what's your advice for me on how to beat you?
Accept that you're black.
Stop trying to not be black, Tyler.
Yeah, stop it. It's not. Where is it taking you? New York?
I have only tried to be embraced by the black community.
I don't think so.
I don't think
so. When you tell jokes like, black people have never liked me because I'm light skinned, so I just fuck white women now. I love my woman because she doesn't speak. That's all my time, guys.
That's so not an accurate representation.
It is. I was being mean. I was just being mean. I'm a bitch. I'm a bitch.
There's so much cleverness.
The best way, it wasn't, but
I've had white and black women come up and say they love them. They love the jokes.
Well, when you paid for a ticket, yeah, I say I love your jokes too.
What happens when a black woman legitimately told me if I was going to date a black man?
I'm not that black woman. I'm not talking
about you. I'm asking you as Leah.
I was for all black women. You just asked me.
I'm not asking you because you're black. I'm asking you because you're Leah. You just said if a
black woman tells you this, and what does it mean? I'm not your black woman translator. The best way for you to beat me, Tyler, is well, you're a man, so you got it.
Hey, thank you so much, everybody, for thank you so much for listening. Leah out here spitting facts. Check me out
for the free.
Check me out on Comedy Central. Check her out in the kitchen. She's a woman. Let's give it up, everybody. Oh, my God.
Thank you for acknowledging that I know how to cook.
Do you cook?
I do a lot, actually.
Oh my gosh, that's great.
And which I will say, the fable that a good cook keeps a man, false. I'm a great cook and there are no men's. Which is good because I keep peace.
Plug stuff.
Catch me on Instagram, officially Leah Sampson, and Twitter at Leah-Sampson-1. I think either that's my Twitter or my Venmo. Either or, test it out. Venmo, test it out. Yeah, that's it.
All right. I love you. Thanks for being on.
I love you too.
I appreciate
Thank you guys.
Bye-bye.
Thank you.